What's going on, y'all? It's DG back with another video. Going to be talking about the brand new Ja 2s, giving y'all a detailed look at the new Nike Ja 2. So let's get right into it. Traction is pretty slick, I would say, especially to start. It does get better over time, but I did find myself wiping a lot. But it is getting a lot better. It does have a nice squeak to it for all my guys who like squeak. And it does have pretty good grip, especially after you wipe it. So those are my first impressions on the traction. Pretty good grip, you just have to wipe and continue to break it in. In terms of durability, I would say that this is not the most durable traction because I don't know how well you guys can see that, but it is already, fraying. So nothing that you can really expect from most basketball shoes nowadays. Most basketball shoes aren't the best for outdoors. If you want the best outdoor basketball shoe, just go retro or like go overseas where they Way of Wade makes tough rubber, or EP versions have XDR rubber, overseas, right? So the cushion of the shoe, I would say, is a marginal improvement over the Ja 1. It has pretty much the same cushion setup, guys. It's Phylon with a 4-foot zoom unit in the front of the shoe, but overall the Ja 2 feels a little bit softer in terms of the midsole and how it sits underneath your foot. I do feel some compression in the heel. Like the Ja 1 was just way more stiff overall. So if you're looking for a marginal improvement over the cushion and you really like the Ja 1, then yeah, I think the Ja 2 is, again, a marginal small improvement. Second thing about the cushion is pretty obvious. It's low to the ground, responsive. Nothing too crazy though. It's nothing like standout-ish, I would say. Like this is a pretty standard cushion setup, like nothing amazing pretty much. So I wouldn't say that you should rush to buy the shoe just for the cushion. Fit is true to size, but it's easily my least favorite thing about the shoe. These fit pretty narrow, so I would say that you need to go up half a size if you are a wide footer. If you're a narrow or normal fitter, I do think going true to size should be fine. But these really hurt my feet, and they still do. I don't know what it is, like even playing in the Ja 1 true to size, because I always try to get the true to size when I'm first getting a new basketball shoe, because I want to make sure that it's not a half size up, that I can go true to size. Whatever recommendation that I would give to myself or to you, I need to try my true to size first. The other thing I don't like about the fit is how kind of low the laces sit. Maybe this is a personal thing, but I kind of like, laces that end towards like higher on your foot, basically. Like the laces kind of end at the very end of my ankle, if that makes sense. So it feels like the lockdown is just very low. I don't know if that makes sense, but what I'm trying to say is that the lace pressure just feels pretty low. One thing about the Ja 1 that I also liked over the Ja 2 in terms of the fit category is that there was, a little bit more padding towards the Achilles portion. And that's something I personally prefer, right? Not everyone would like that. Here, it's a little bit more thin, a little bit more hollowed out. I'm also afraid if I go half size up, I may have a little bit of heel slippage, because even in my true to size, like in order to play in these, you do need to like not tighten the laces too tight, or else it's going to choke my foot out. So I did have a little bit of heel slippage. And so if I go half size up, I'm not sure how it's going to fit. So that's just one call out. Again, this only pertains to like wide and I guess flat footers like myself. So if you're a normal footer or a narrow footer, I would just go true to size. You probably will have no issues. In terms of the materials, they're using mesh, and they have this screen mesh on this colorway covering kind of the underlying design, if you guys can see that. It's pretty similar to the Ja 1, but the main difference is that the toe box is a lot, more flexible. It's more malleable. I don't really like the materials too much. It does look pretty cheap in my personal opinion. So they're pretty lightweight as well. I think, I was showing someone who plays in college who goes to my gym. He was like, these feel really light. So they definitely do feel light on foot. So I can give it that for pure performance. But in terms of aesthetics, in terms of the overall package, I wish they used a little bit more premium materials on this shoe. In terms of the support, it's pretty good. It does have a plate in here as well as a nice, kind of outrigger. You guys can see that on the side. And overall, it does have a pretty wide base. It does have an internal heel counter as well. I would just say the main thing about the support is the fit. So obviously, if you don't have a good fitting shoe, it's just not going to feel great overall, not even in terms of the support, but in terms of everything. So make sure to hopefully try these on in store. The support is pretty good in my opinion. It's just nothing standout-ish. There's nothing really to rave about in this shoe. So I do put my Move insoles in here. It does have more of a plate. The support is pretty good overall, even without the insole. The insole that it does come with is nothing special as well. So in terms of aesthetic and design, I do like them over the Ja 1. And I do feel like Nike does give Ja really good colorways, guys. And I do feel like a lot of people will be fans of these, especially the younger demographic, because these do look pretty good. They're relatively affordable. They're pretty good performers. They're just nothing great. It's a pretty like average performer, I would say. It's pretty similar to the Sabrina 2, although I would still pick the Sabrina 2 for sure because I can go true to size in those and those fit great. Pretty wide toe box as well. These just fit narrow, in my opinion. They just, kind of blend with each other in terms of Nike basketball shoes. They kind of are starting to look the same, and they have, done very derivative designs of other basketball shoes. So overall, my thoughts on the Ja 2 are that you shouldn't, I would honestly just wait for a sale, guys. These will go on sale pretty fast. There's a lot of product out there that you can get on sale that are around the same price as these that perform better. First thing, right off the bat, GT Cup 3, LeBron 21, right? Those are loaded with more tech, and honestly, they're better performers than these. These are still good. They're solid, but they're just nothing too standout-ish for me to say, you guys need to get these now, right? So if you really like the looks, if you really like Ja Morant, if you're one of his biggest fans, right? Of course, you're going to get these regardless of what anyone says. But, are they a good performer? Yes. But there's nothing too stand out about the shoe that makes me excited, to be honest. But even then, if you get the right fit, I still don't think that these are the most amazing shoe. They're a good shoe. I do anticipate this shoe being popular, especially amongst kids or the youth, the grassroots circuits. Like, I do think a lot of people are going to rock these. Competitive price point, and they're a good, solid performer that looks good. And I know Nike gives Ja great colorways. So a lot of people are going to be rocking these. But if you already have basketball shoes that you like playing in, there's absolutely no rush or reason to honestly get these, especially if you're on a budget or you can't afford it. And my recommendation is, if you're interested in the shoe, just wait for a sale. And I don't think you should rush to buy these because they're solid. They're solid, but they're nothing, if they have the Sabrinas, honestly, just stay away from these. Just stay with the Sabrina, especially if you're on a budget. If you have enough for both, then I guess you can try these. Use the 60-day, policy to test them out, see which one you like better. But overall, these look nice. They're gonna come in great colorways. And lastly, if you have the Ja 1, they're pretty much the same type of shoe. Although these have a little bit softer cushion, but not enough for like another 120 plus tack. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe, especially if you made it this far. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.